Right, Shalom. All right. Shalom. Check it out. Good. What we got here? All right.
Meet Brenda and her envelopes. Every month, she sets aside her spending cash for groceries.
I'm sure that you have seen some of the reports of what's happening in France, but what is happening in the country is truly remarkable. There's basically a poor or wealth revolution taking place. We've seen a couple of videos and other footage from the region that is considered wealthy. You have diners inside of diners with massive windows looking to the outside streets. The people inside are just eating their food, acting like nothing is wrong. Outside the windows, as the wealthy or more well-to-do are enjoying their meals, you can see fires of trash burning in the streets and potentially looters and other rioters moving past the window side. This is a sentiment that is building all across the world as the divide between the haves and the have-nots become more prominent in our current world order. When Vladimir Putin and the Chinese president each said that they were experiencing the start of a new world order, a new economic world order, this is exactly what they had in mind. The United States dollar is being shunned by multiple countries around our world. We're seeing many organizations call for a change to the status quo, that the United States of America is no longer the purveyor or at least the controller of the economic might of the rest of the world. We're starting to see allies that for years, decades even, held strong to the United States dollar begin to abandon the Western way of life. This is absolutely shocking for you and me because it means the end of everything that we knew and held dear. It means that our way of life is going to have to adjust and be changed to start to fit in with what is happening now. We see a lot of people in our community and beyond start to warn that individuals should get their money out of the banks. They should put it into XYZ. They should start to use their way of life and their businesses in this way. And while each of those items are prudent in their own regard, my best suggestion to you is just to get ready for change. If you can adapt to what is coming, you're going to be able to better fit yourself and your family into this wealth revolution. Now, what's it going to mean for you? Well, we know that the Federal Reserve has absolutely one goal in mind: to increase unemployment. That is, to put you out of a job so that servicers and wholesalers have to lower their prices, and then they can get inflation back to where they want it to be, a target of 2 to 4%. But that's just not going to happen until more of you lose your job, and possibly me, Canadian Prepper, City Prepping, everybody. Look at what happened to ChatGPT and Midjourney. With those two simple tools, we're now seeing a disruption to 80% of the employed workforce. If, like me, you have kept an eye on job listings, and in fact, we created in-house an algorithm to go and look at job listings on job sites, companies right now are asking for ChatGPT skilled workers. Basically, they want to replace 10 to 30 different workers for every one ChatGPT skilled individual. That's somebody who can go on and understand the algorithm and the logistics of what's happening behind the scenes, get some previews into the plugins that are coming out, and start to use it to the company's advantage. This is absolutely going to cause devastation in your economic reality. Whether you work for Walmart or Target, McDonald's or Starbucks, a cell carrier, it doesn't matter really where you work. Somebody at your job will lose theirs because of the advancements that are being made right now in artificial intelligence and algorithmic learning. It's simply impossible that they cannot lose jobs because of it. Take graphic designers, their job is done. Take marketers, well, ChatGPT knows better. So there goes your advertising department, maybe 5, 10, maybe even 20% of your workforce. What about your rebuttals to individuals in customer service? It's no longer necessary because ChatGPT knows a better way to do it, will not gaslight the customers. The corporation sees an absolutely massive movement here, and you're out of a job. Unless you are physically intervening between another human, right now at this point in time, and some sort of back end, your job is at risk. And even then, your job is at risk because the employer is going to get rid of a whole bunch of other jobs and they're going to make you do more. And if you don't, somebody else will do it for cheaper. That's the state of the affairs that we are in. So we have a wealth revolution taking place. It's not just happening in France. We have burning garbage and burning streets all around our world. It's just not making mainstream. You see what's happening with Russia and Ukraine, with China and Taiwan. This world order is absolutely being upset. The best suggestion that I have to you is to be prepared. Don't worry about the people that say, oh, that's doom and gloom. No, this is reality, folks. And the best thing that you can do is understand it for what it is and not live in fear. Instead, live in preparedness. It's a seatbelt. You don't get in your car every day thinking you're going to get into a car accident, because if you did, you would avoid getting into your car at all costs. Instead, there is a minor chance that you might get into a vehicular accident. And so you put that seatbelt on and you go about your day, almost forgetting that you have the seatbelt on. That's exactly what preparedness should be for you and your family. A seatbelt against the things that you don't think are going to happen, but that could happen. That's your pantry being a seatbelt against you losing your job and not being able to provide food for your family. Your pantry is a seatbelt against you having a hedge against supply shortages or supply system problems in the country that you live in. Your pantry is a hedge against other economic inflationary measures. It's a hedge against electricity going up. It just is leaps and bounds above just being a seatbelt for one disaster alone. Then you have your skill set, your first aid. Well, that's and your ability to understand medical jargon and medical education. Your ability to go and look at studies, look at the National Institute of Health, look at university studies, really pick apart what they're saying and make good, sound decisions for a healthier you. That's a hedge against diseases and other things that are happening down the road to people. There are just so many stressors, so many maybes and ifs and what ifs and could be's out there that we have to take a new look at preparedness. Use it just like a seatbelt. You don't get into the car because you think you're going to get into an accident. And yet, when we see the world around us today, we know there's a world war starting. We know that there's an economic crisis that we are slapped into the middle of right now. We know that there's a social crisis in many Western countries. We know all of these things, and these things are happening. So wouldn't it just make sense to, rather than just put a seatbelt on for something that might happen, maybe could, but you don't think it will, to get prepared today? Well, that's why you have to keep telling your friends and family that they're...
Let's get right to these scriptures. Let's go to Jeremiah 6, verse 10. It said, to whom shall I speak and give warning that they may hear? Behold, their ears are uncircumcised, and they cannot hearken. Behold, the word of the Lord unto them a reproach, and they have no delight in it. Right, they have no delight in it. Verse 11, therefore I will full of the fear of the Lord, and I will weary with the whole, and I will pour it out upon the children of boy, and upon the assembly of a young man together, for every in a husband, when the wife shall be taken, and the age with him that is in the field of days. and their houses shall be turned into others with their fields and wives together, for I will stretch out my hand upon the inhabitant of the land, said the Lord. Right, read again, Jeremiah 6:14. It said, to whom shall I speak and give warning that they may hear? Behold, their ears are uncircumcision, and they cannot hearken. Behold, the word of the Lord unto them a reproach. They have no delight in it. Right, they have no delight in it. All right, that's that. Ezekiel 7 verse 5. Ezekiel chapter 7 verse 5. It said, thus said the Lord, power and evil, and only evil, behold, is coming. And the end is coming. And the end is coming. Watch for thee, behold, it is coming. Right, it is coming. Jeremiah chapter 7 verse 5. It said, thus said the Lord, power and evil, only evil, behold, is coming. And the end is coming. The end is coming. Watch. No, come, end is coming. The end is coming. And watch for thee. Behold, it is coming. The morning is coming unto thee, O thou that dwell in the land. The time is coming. The day of trouble is near. Not the sign against of the mountain. Right. And I will surely pour out my fury upon thee, and I will accomplish my anger upon thee, and I will judge thee according to thy ways, and I will recompense thee for all thy abomination. Right, for all thy abomination. Jeremiah 7 verse 14. To have blown a trumpet, even to make all ready, but none go to the battle. For my wrath is upon all the multitudes thereof. Verse 15. The sword is without, and the pestilence and the famine within. He that in the field shall die with the sword, and he that in the city, famine and pestilence shall devour him. Right, in the city. But the escape of them shall escape, and should be one. I say one. Should be on the mountain, like dove in the valley. All of them mourning, every one of his iniquity. All hands should be faint, and all knees should be weak as water. Ezekiel 7 verse 25. Destruction is coming, and they shall see peace, and there shall be none. Right, destruction is coming, and they shall see peace, and there shall be none. For misery shall come upon misery. Rumor shall be upon rumor, and they shall see a vision of the prophet. But the law shall perish from the priest, and the counsel from the ancient. Right, Ezekiel 7 verse 24. Destruction coming, they shall see peace, and there shall be none. What else? What else? Get Jeremiah verse 30, verse 7. Jeremiah 30 verse 1. The word that came to Jeremiah from the Lord said, I speak the Lord power of Israel said, what thee all thy words that I spoke unto thee in a book. For lo, the day comes, said the Lord, that I will bring against. No, verse 4. And all these are the word that the Lord spoke concerning Israel and concerning Judah. For thou said the Lord, we have heard a voice of trembling, of fear, and not of peace. Right? Not of peace. As you know, as you now and see whether a man does trail with children, wherefore do I see every man put his hand on his loins as a woman travail, and all face are turning into pale. Alas, for the day is great, so that none is like it, even time of Jacob's trouble, but he should be saved out of it, right? He should be saved out of it. It's just going to be a time. Hold on for a minute. All right. Look. Look here. Jeremiah 30 verse. It said, alas, for the day is great, so that none is like it, even at the time of Jacob's trouble, but he should be saved out of it, right? He should be saved. What else? Ecclesiastes 12 verse 1. It said, remember now the Creator. Remember now the Creator in the day of thy youth, while the evil day come not, nor the year draw near, but I should say I have no pleasure in them. Right? It say, while the evil day come not. Again, remember now the Creator in the day of thy youth, while the evil day come not, nor the year draw near, but I should say I have no pleasure in them. The sun and the light, or the moon, or the star be not darkness, nor the cloud return after the rain, and the day when the keeper of the house shall tremble, and the strong man shall bow himself, and the garden he become their afraid. Those that are looking out of the window be darkness. The door should be shut. In the streets, the sound of the garden is low. He should raise up at the voice of the bird, and all the daughters of the muted should be brought low, right? Brought low. Isaiah 55 verse 6. Isaiah 55 verse 6. It says, seek you the Lord while he may be found, and call upon him while he is near, right? Call upon him while he is near. It said, let the wicked forsake his ways, and the righteous man his thoughts. Let him return to the Lord. He will have mercy upon him to our power, for he will abundant pardon. Right? It said, for my thoughts are not your thoughts, neither are your ways my ways, said the Lord. For it's that heaven are higher than the earth, so my ways higher than your ways, and my thoughts than your thoughts. So, yeah. What else? Zephaniah chapter 2, verse 1. No, Zephaniah 2, verse 15. No, it's got that wrong. Yeah, Zephaniah chapter 1, verse 15. It say, day is a day of wrath, a day of trouble and distress, a day of wasting and desolate, a day of darkness and gloomy, a day of cloud and thick darkness, a day of trumpet and alarm against the fair city and against the high tower, and I will bring stress upon man. They shall walk like blind men, because they have sinned against the Lord, and their blood shall be poured out as dust, and their flesh as dung. Nor their silver nor their gold shall be able to live with them in the day of the Lord's wrath, but the whole land shall be devoured by fire of his jealousy. For he that make even a speedy render for all them that dwell in the land. Right, it said, nor their silver nor their gold shall be able to live with them in the day of the Lord's wrath. What else? Matthew 24, verse 21. Matthew 24, verse 21. It said, well, there should be great tribulation, sure was not seen the beginning of this world to this time, nor ever shall be. It said, great tribulation, sure was not seen the beginning of this world to this time, nor ever shall be. Get a couple more close out, whatever. Let's close out with this. Ephesians chapter 5, verse 15. seeing you walk circumspect, not as fools, but as wise. Redeem the time because the days are evil, right? The days are evil. Wherefore be you not unwise, but understand what the will of the Lord is. Be not drunken with wine within is exercise. Be filled with the Spirit, right? Be filled with Ephesians 5 verse 15. He says, see that you walk circumspect, not as fools, but as wise. Redeem the time, because the days are evil, right? The days are evil. So that should be it. Redeem the time because the days are evil. So, yeah. I'll give all praise and glory. To Yahweh, by Shema Shah. Double honor to the apostle, brother, the great millstone. Shalom to the hope of the elect.